space that their Fern Creek's skill guys are equal to male skill guys.
Yeah.
But not all of them.
Right.
The vast majority of them are. And, again, I think when you dial up a blitz or some sort of special package from the defense to go after the quarterback, that's where they have trouble.
Let's see how aggressive they get down 4 scores. 41-13, 42 seconds in the half. Passmore in the gun. They run backside. There's Malone. He makes one-man miss, gets toward midfield,
don't
and
give him any momentum
first down.
Don't do that.
And I mean, that's a perfect example of what you were just talking about, Mike. If you can get Malone a little bit of space, he can make some plays.
I mean, he's a guaranteed 6 to 8 yarder every time he touches the ball if he has space.
He's approaching 1,000 yards on the season. You can see how.
Mm-hmm.
And Edwards outside, just about the same level. Here's Malone, and this time he cuts back and he gains about 5 yards where there was nothing. I mean, he was bottled up in the backfield. Now whistles blown with 16 seconds. I guess they're going to get a little bit more aggressive here.
They want. I'm sure they'd like to get in field goal position and give themselves, 41-16. Not ideal, but still, you're putting points on the board against the #1 defense in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah, defense that let's follow up on that. 2 straight shutouts, had given up 8 points in the last 3 games combined, and honestly, with the exception of the St. X game, when they gave up 20 points, I mean, let's not act as if St. X put up 40 or 50. They've pretty much had their way.
Well, my understanding of St. X game is our offense made enough mistakes to give a short field to St. X a couple of times, which helped from the point perspective. So the defense is either it's exposed or maybe, in a game like this, if you know that possibly you're head and shoulders above the opponent, sometimes you try different looks and different schemes just to see how your personnel reacts.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad thing at all. And, again, state records, ho-hum. It's state championships. It's what matters.
That's it. That's what you're playing for.
But it's a measuring stick. It's a very good measuring stick.
Well, you talk about state records. Some of those male defenses, you start going back through the years, you can get some just unreal, phenomenal, 3.9 points a game allowed, things like that, where you're going, how on earth?
No question.
First down at the 45 for Passmore. I'm sorry, second down. Passmore takes his deep shot.
There we go.
Out there with it. It's an interception for Mail.
Bring it
Here
back.
It comes. Kamari Taylor's got some room. Kamari Taylor across the 30, and he steps out. And there's a second on the clock. All right, is it let's let Coulter chuck one time? Do you do hook and ladder, or do you just run the ball and say, let's go in the locker room? What's the thought here?
I think you just take a knee and walk it in and, get a couple scores and get a running clock in the third quarter. I think the focus at halftime for Mayo has to be on defense and talking about, the cutback, and maybe we're over pursuing. Maybe there's a few things, but I don't think, it looks like they're in a victory formation.
You called it.
So, but I think Chris is really going to focus on defense at halftime and try to talk about what Fern Creek has been able to do, because
and Smith drops to a knee and takes us to halftime. An outstanding first half by the Mayo offense, nary a blemish, with a 41-13 halftime advantage over the Fern Creek Tigers. We'll be back to recap it, catch you up on some area scores, maybe even talk about future weeks ahead as that playoff push is coming now. Only 2 weeks of the regular season after tonight, but still plenty of tonight to go. 41-13 Bulldogs at intermission. Stay tuned here on Glycod.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
Welcome back to Fern Creek, where the Male Bulldogs a 41-13 lead. We apologize for some of the technical issues. Again, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we are outside, and not only outside, we're sitting in the stands. If you want to come by and ply us with popcorn or tasty beverages, you can find us at about the 46-yard line on the scoreboard end of the field, sitting up high. And appreciation to Colby and to Max for sticking with us, and thanks to you guys. But a lot happened in that first half. There have been plenty of games where I could have ticked out for a few minutes in the first half and nobody would have been any the wiser, but this has not been one of them. The scoring was open. Fern Creek got the first possession, 3 and out, short punt, and then Max Gainey with a 14-yard touchdown grab from Coulter Smith. The Landingham extra point made it 7-0 with 8:30 to go in the opening quarter. Before Fern Creek even gained a first down, they punted back again. Short field for Male. Shamai Gates out of the Wildcat, takes it in from a yard out. Extra point no good, 13-0, 3:52 to go in the first. Fern Creek put together a nice drive, got lucky with a couple of penalties, and then hit a pass over the top, 27 yards, the scoring connection on that one. T.J. Cothran, the receiver, and their quarterback, Caleb Passmore. 27-yard score, extra point good for Patrick Carr, 13-7, 1:08 to go in the first. On the very next offensive play, Antonio Harris got deep, hauled in a pass from Coulter Smith, 64-yard score on that one. Smith to Harris. Henson's extra point made it 20-7, 46 seconds to go in the first. Second quarter, more of the same. Harris hauls in a 34-yard touchdown from Smith. Vallandingham's extra point makes it 27-7, 7:53 to go in the half at that point. And then Fern Creek with another answer. Mikel Malone, a 63-yard scoring run, broke off the right side, took it to the house, missed the extra point, 27-13, 5:26 to go in the half. Mayo had two more scores to answer, though. Didn't get stopped at any point in the first half. Colin Jefferson just weaved and wobbled through traffic and took it into the end zone. We thought it was getting wiped out by a penalty, Mike Shelton. It did not. 22-yard score. Smith to Jefferson, and then again, just before the half, 51 seconds to go in the half. Gainey, a 7-yard scoring pass from Coulter Smith, who threw 5 touchdowns in that first half. Vallandingham's extra point makes it 41-13. And Mayo's offense haven't punted, haven't kicked any field goals, haven't had any turnovers. Touchdown, 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 and then kneel down. That's the offensive scripts from the first half. And, I'm sure that you're right with some of the things you said, Mike. I'm sure Coach Wolf is in there coaching up the defense, thinking about that. But a nice first half by the offense.
There's a little prayer session going on behind the American flagpole in the end zone. With it appears to be the defense because. In a game like this, sometimes you do need a wake-up call because you go 2 games scoreless and you're allowing 8 points in 2 games. No, not scoreless, 8 points in 2 games. Mm-hmm. But you're number 1 defense in the state. At times you need an adjustment, and that seems to be what the doctor ordered for this game. And if that puts them over to the next level, then this is a good game.
Yeah.
Offensively, outside of doing what we need to do. The next goal in my mind for Coach Wolf is let's not get anybody hurt.
Yeah.
We're definitely in control of the game. We're definitely moving the ball. Seems to be some nice crisp passes and some nice timing passes, and our running game. Even I'm surprised we haven't gone back to the Wildcat really, but maybe that's part of the let's not get anybody hurt type thing.
Right.
But
it's definitely a 1-2 punch at back. I'm sure there's more depth beyond it, but Gates and Burton doing a phenomenal job, and you love to have both of those guys at your disposal.
It's lethal because the defense can't figure out who's going to get the ball, and they're both equally as powerful.
Oh yeah.
And it's a guaranteed 3, but it could be 5 to 10, just depending on the call to play. But again, I think if anything. The defense probably is getting the attention they need. I see Coach Sal's, the offensive line coach, is working with the offensive linemen just to make sure that the gap technique is good and so forth. And then obviously we're kicking field goals. So we again the key to a championship season is when all 3 to 4 facets of your game click.
Yeah.
Offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. And when you get those clicking in the right direction, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's a hell of a lot more fun. So,
well said, Mike. Well, we're going to step aside for a break. Be back, try to catch you up on scores and get you ready for the second half. Mayo, a 41-13 edge over Fern Creek at intermission here on Glycod.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
'Cause your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today. For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local S
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity. It's about the best I can put it.
The cost of school is free, actually. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every two weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. So you're getting paid to do your job.
You can start off with absolutely no knowledge, and they're going to give you the tools and the foundation to build up from there.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable, and they care about actually making sure you understand the information that they're presenting to you.
So I know that when I go to motor control, Wayne he's passionate about motor control, and he wants you to get it.
But it's really not like school. It's they're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field. So you're able to implement what you're learning almost on the fly. And sometimes you're learning more things in the field. By the time you get into the classroom, it's like, oh, I already know this.
They break the class down into smaller groups on your class day.
If you need help, you can easily look at whoever's sitting next to you and ask them for help. You know, everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This is an organization of brothers and sisters all working together to accomplish a common goal. We work together in the field, and then we become friends on the outside, and it's almost like a family organization at that point.
Nobody I've ever worked with has referred to this job as a job. I went from a job to a life-changing career. So coming out of the apprenticeship program, you can go into a variety of directions with your work. You can become a foreman. You can do motor controls at a manufacturing facility. You can specialize in fire alarm.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
So if you're the kind of person that likes to think things through or see how things work on the inside.
Someone that's detail-oriented, motivated.
I've always seen myself as a hands-on person. Being in an apprenticeship, I'm getting my associate's degree, doing electrical, and being able to do something hands-on.
If you like to build things, this is the place.
It requires you to grow up. Be accountable for yourself because, yeah, they're going to lay out tools to help you be successful, but it's up to you to, grab those tools and build yourself.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
Halftime here at Fern Creek, and a good time to remind you that this broadcast is authorized by Fern Creek High School with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. Maybe not the most positive representation of whoever has jerked our power cord out twice in the first half, but we'll leave that for another day. And before that other day, I want to throw it up to Colby Martin. Colby, you have got some scores to pass along. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. Thanks so much. So we've got a ticker running down here at the bottom, but for those of you that don't like to watch, like to listen, Ballard leads Oldham County 21-0 in the second quarter. Cal up 7-0 over Central at the half. Trinity leads 35-0 over Eastern with 1:25 to go in the second. The Fairdale-Butler game, Fairdale's up 14-6 at halftime. St. X leads 34-0 over Meade County at the half. And then on Thursday, we had Bullitt East 40, Southern 12. And in the second quarter, Manual leads PRP 10-3. That game also on Glycod.
So Mayo and Bullitt East both came in 1-0 in district play. The Bulldogs, you certainly don't want to look ahead. They can't look ahead. We can look ahead. They're in pretty good shape here against Fern Creek, which means it'll come down to next week. Mayo and Bullitt East, a rematch of these teams. Last year, Bullitt East took down Mayo twice in the regular season down at Bullitt East and then in the state title game. But this is not quite the same Charger team it was a year ago, and I have a feeling that Coach Wolf and the Bulldogs have a little revenge stew cooking on the pot for next Friday night, Mike?
I think you're right. I think that, Bullitt East had an excellent team. They had,
They
probably
did.
one of the better players in the state, and Travis Egan. And, he big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, and he did.
Yeah.
And but like most county schools, the reload is not as simple as it is at a Mail or a Trinity or a St. X. And so, with that said, I think, you're going to see a different personality from the Bullitt East squad this coming week. And again, I think to your point, I think Mail has this one on the calendar circle. That's for certain.
Yeah. As far as future broadcasts coming up on Glycod next, or not even next Saturday, tomorrow, how about this? Saturday high school football always throws me for a loop. Chris LeBar and KJ Jones will be out at Frederick Douglass. Bryan Station, Frederick Douglass. That should be a really good game, even if it is at noon on a Saturday. And then next week, Bullitt East at Mail. I'll be there. Dion Reese and I will have the call on that one. That'll be a video cast. George Rogers Clark at Frederick Douglass. Keith Elkins and Rick Reams will have that one. Paul at Najar and Joey Hamilton will have Collins at South Oldham and St. X at PRP. That's an audio one. We'll have all those. Check us out at Glycod or glycod.com. We'll be back with the second half just after this on Glycod.
Owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Last season, Glycod streamed over 160 games. As our presence grows throughout Kentucky and Southern Indiana, we have a need for production, sales, and social media support. If you've ever wanted to pursue a career in the fast-paced world of broadcasting but didn't know how, these opportunities could be for you. For more information, please contact info@glycod.com.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
And we're back for the second half. I hope. We've been discussing the uneven way that the clock is handled. For those of you who don't come out to a lot of games, they set it to 15. It runs out. They set it to 3 minutes, and nearly caused me a little consternation by putting 3 more minutes up, but they flashed to 12, so we're ready to go.
So I think we're going to find out the theory that duct tape fixes all this half.
If we're still with you, yes.
Folks, if we stick with you for 2 quarters, then let you know that black duct tape is the key.
I'm going to want an endorsement deal.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever, I bring this up because you talk about the properties of duct tape. If you are somebody who, like me, gets warts, silver duct tape, for some reason, has special healing powers on warts.
I don't know if I ever heard that.
I promise it to you. If you do it, or if you know somebody who does.
Put it on the
You put silver duct tape on the wart, and there's something in it chemically that will eventually break it down. You leave it there until you have to take it off, and then you can take it off, clean it, but put it back on. Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah. And
so
it gets
rid
of them.
The actual gumminess of the duct tape
has
a property that breaks down the wart.
Exactly.
I never knew that.
No, I firmly believe it.
High school athletics, you're always learning.
That's right.
Duct tape is the universal fix-all, guys. That's what you got to remember.
I never knew that.
And if they want to join in any endorsement deals, that's GLICOD.com. Or just feel free to contact me. I'll cut you guys in. Honest, I will. Anyway.
Like Mail's going to get the ball, which is good.
Right. Fern Creek had it to open, so Bulldogs will start.
So with that said, you want to continue momentum, come out, have a clean series. Touchdown or field goal is the goal.
Carr with a very short kick and nearly tracked down over there, and basically a de facto onside kick toward Landon Edwards, but not able to track it down. I kind of respect the fact that they recognize that kicking the ball to Antonio Harris is not something that's going to end well for them.
That's the lesser of all evils.
Yeah. And they've hit some pretty good ones. If you're going to not kick deep, though, it's really better to have the guy who can kick the pop-up.
Right. So what we got going on here is we have...
After the penalty for going out of bounds, Mail's going to start at the 45. Smith up under center to start the second half.
Double tight look, maybe.
Got a man in motion. They fake to him, run it backside with Gates, and Shamai able to pick up about 8 there.
No. A lot of misdirection on that play. We had a slot left, motion right by the slot. Pistol took it up the gut. 6 or 8, I guess it was closer to 8 yards. 8 yards on the first down run, and, again, you just want to keep that machine humming.
Cothran on the tackle for Fern Creek, 2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs. Just across midfield as we open the second half. Smith under center again. Sends Harris across formation. Now looks that way, but he's going to Gainey. Gainey, can he take the top off? Not quite, but he's going to get a flag on the Fern Creek defense, I assume, for pass interference.
Yeah, you didn't, on a play like that, it was actually good coverage, but the bottom line is the Fern Creek player didn't turn his head back and play ball. He played the player.
Yeah.
And, with that said, honestly, I'm not going to say it wasn't catchable, but the flagrant of not turning back is what got that defensive penalty. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to try to stick with a Gainey or a Harris. And
he was stride for stride with him, but to your point, I don't think I'd want to make it a daily event.
Boy, this is a long penalty. Either that or we had 2 penalties on that play because – okay, now they're going to back it up. All right. It's not a spot foul,
I think it's 15 yards.
Right,
there we go.
It is. That is where we'll end up at the 32. Hey, give credit to the Bulldogs. Hey, if you guys want to put it in,
we'll
farther
go wherever
down
you want
here,
to go as long as it's forward.
Yeah. First down, Mail after the flag.
See our set isn't spread like typical.
No, everybody's bunched in.
And
one back, and they hand it to that back, and he sweeps the edge. It's Gates, and not much there. Picked a yard, maybe 2, but not much.
Backside guard. Looked like we maybe had a zone step backside, and he just found a seam and came down, and it took a little while for Gates to get through the hole, and it was sort of bottled up. So, anyway, it's a good play call. We just got to get through the hole quicker.
Second down and call it 9. Bulldogs taking their time. Iver Bancic out there. Josh Fuller in the game. Yeah, some different personnel in this group.
Trying to see. It's not an unbalanced line. It's just interesting. We have 7 on the line.
Yeah, everybody's in.
2 of them are splits.
Right. A lot of guys in the backfield.
There we go.
And they run it around the edge with Harris, and Harris jumps a man, and then he gets hit. Going to be down in the vicinity of the 10-yard line, but goodness,
that was a student body left. OJ, Marcus White, who else? It was Charles White. Yeah. Marcus Allen.
Right.
I'm dating myself, but that's what those guys would do, and they would just clean house.
Worked pretty well right there. Whistles, and we're going to have an officials timeout. We're going to take the break as well. Mail up 41-13 and looking for more here on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
So Mail driving, looking for another score. They're up 41-13. A touchdown and a 2 would put us in running clock territory. The Bulldogs.
That's typically the goal in a game like this.
Sure.
And more from an injury perspective than it is we're trying to run the score up. Neither team needs injuries at this point.
First and 10 at the 13 after the 18-yard run for Antonio Harris. And here goes Coulter Smith. He's going to throw. He's got Harris out there, and he steps into the end zone. Third time they've connected. It's sixth touchdown pass tonight for Coulter Smith.
That is a lethal weapon. He is Harris is a man among boys tonight when it comes to catching the football and getting a touchdown. So
2-point conversion attempt coming here. And again, this is not a sportsmanship thing. This
Wildcat
is a
look. It's going to be a Wildcat.
Get the running clock, as they will if they convert. 9:49 to go in quarter number 3. And Wildcat.
Wildcat look. You're going to, stack everybody up there and just we're bigger than you are type thing.
Jefferson coming in late. So Gates, the Wildcat quarterback. Burton, the running back, beside him.
Split him out. Interesting. Maybe Gates will throw.
Here goes Gates. He's looking to. He really is looking to, but they hit him. Well, now he's fighting for it. Did he get there? He did not.
That's all right.
So turned away. We will step aside. 47-13. The Mail lead. 9:49 to go in quarter 3 here on Glycod.
Go ahead. Pour it on. As thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
So Mail's 2-point play no good. It's 47-13. The kickoff comes down to the return man, White. Here he goes on the outside and head of steam, but he can't take it very far.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's down or he's just...
Kevin Wilson just popped up.
Yeah, I don't know if he was down or he just said he wanted to get up.
But in any case, seems okay now.
Well, let's see if the conversation at halftime with our defense produces results. Not that there was bad the first half, but you want to try to shut down some of the bigger plays we gave.
See if they can contain the explosive Fern Creek offense. First and 10 at the 26 for the Tigers. Pass Moore. Looks right. Throws. Picked off. And it's coming back. It's Bates.
Yeah.
And Brendan Bates takes it in.
There we go. About a 25, 27-yard pickoff.
Yep.
Nice run after catch. It was 6 as soon as he got it. I mean, it was just a matter of.
We've seen it before from him. He did it to Trinity, and he just did it to Fern Creek.
Well, don't trip. Get to the end zone and fall over yourself, and make sure you get across that goal
line. He gets the turnover chain down here in front of us. So
that thing's bigger than he is. It's dragging the ground. Look at it.
Yeah, it's down to knee area.
I know it.
Complete truth.
They overestimated the chain link.
Brandon Bates, a kiss for the fans as Henson prepares for the extra point.
It's like he's playing a guitar or something.
He drives it through, so the extra point is good. 54-13 Mail over Fern Creek. We'll take a break here on Glycod.
Overly competitive brother. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Ow! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
And now Mail open up a 54-13 lead. So on this kickoff, the clock will run for the duration. We're talking about that, whether there should be a requirement that stops it or not, but neither here nor there at the moment, as this kick is away and it bounces, and now here comes Edwards. Mail's got guys down there to cover it, and they have got him swarmed under. Nicely played. Landed Edwards is fast, but he couldn't shake free any room on that one. So that was a nice job on that kickoff. I've got Dalen Washington as the kicker who handled it. Good job.
Looks like we got a new front on defense end. Still good size. There's nothing bad about them. They're just different numbers. So let's see what we get here. Still got 3 front. Looks like we're going to a 3, maybe a 4-man front with an outside linebacker.
Well, Fern Creek at their own 10, and they've got a backup quarterback in the game, and they run the ball inside. There's just not much there, not much going.
Got to think, I mean, honestly, from a Fern Creek perspective, I understand why the argument, the running clock, if you get back within a score or two, they should stop the running clock. But Fern Creek really at this point, unless something miraculous happens, is really playing for the seed of the district, second seed. Puts them in a much better position to make a deep run in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, why get yourself hurt? Again, if you're going to battle, let's battle. If I was on Fern Creek sideline, I'd be like, let's battle up Blood East for second seed.
I guess it is Passmore still in the game. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought they had made a switch, but my eyes played a trick on me. 2nd and 10. Passmore drops to throw. And here comes the heat, and sling down and gets away. Here he comes. Passmore still looking to throw. He fires, incomplete. Got him played by the young man, but just not much there. But he was near the goal line when he turned back upfield.
Give him an A for scramble ability.
It's been a tough few minutes here in the second half for Fern Creek. They pulled within 27-13. They were kind of landing a few punches early, but Mail's really opening up now.
Well, again, it goes back to halftime adjustments, and all good teams adjust. And whatever we did on defense, now the big play of the interception, return for 6, it makes a difference. But, we're starting to show our teeth now, which is really, really nice.
3rd down and long. Clock running for the duration. Inside 7 minutes now in the third quarter. Trips left for Passmore, who throws over the middle into and out of the hands of Edwards. See Bryson Robbins coming up. He tipped it after Edwards unable to haul it in, and it's 4th down.
Yep, just a nice pass. I mean, honestly, maybe a little behind, but catchable. Most coaches, if the ball hits the receiver's hands, it's catchable. So can't really blame the throw. Looks like, obviously, they're punting.
Yeah, I don't think Mail knows who's going to come out and return. The coach is trying to get somebody on. Harris says, I got it. Okay. See if he can turn one around here. Carr's still the punter. And here's the snap, and he gets it out of there, and it's a line drive kick that hits at the 40. A good bounce, but Harris has got it at midfield. Here he comes off right. Now he circles back left. Now he goes left, and he's going to cut out of bounds around the 35, and a very late flag comes in, and that's
blocking the back's what it has to be. It wasn't a crackback by any stretch. So maybe a block in the back or some sort of hold or something. As long as he was blocking, you would think that
I'm going to give some credit to DJ Grenter when they were getting ready to punt and nobody had gone out there. He grabbed his helmet. He was ready. He wanted to
my man
go
ready.
out there and grab one. He was prepared. Harris got it. I got it. So
he's a player.
Yeah. Hey, when an opportunity is there, go get it.
Do it.
So Coulter Smith still standing here talking to the coaches, and I believe his day is going to be done.
Gone to a Wildcat look, or
I don't know. I saw Josh Fuller in the game.
Not sure who the quarterback is. It looks like we got our one line with our two backfield. It looks to me, maybe a couple.
He's up under center. It's a high number. I can see
34.
That much. I thought it was 84.
Oh, maybe it is.
We'll find out directly. First down, Mayo on their own 47.
I think you're right. It's 84.
Nate Joseph, if my roster is correct. He hands it off, and they run behind him, and a nice pickup inside for the Bulldogs. The interior linemen picking their way, doing a good job. Nice piece of running there. Again, with the clock moving, there's you don't have to set the world on fire, but good to see a nice gain there on first down. Kalen Churn is the back who got the carry. He's seen some time this year. He's the setback now, and yes, up under center. It's 84. I've got his Nate Joseph on my roster.
A lot of trust in the tailback in the offensive line. He's about 6 or 8 yards deep. He's expecting big things from them.
It's Churn. Here he goes. He goes off the right side, and he's churning and turning, and he's caught at the 25, and a late flag comes in. And some extracurriculars here. Let's see what this is about. If it stands, it's a 25-yard run. And there comes another flag.
Unsportsmanlike on one.
James White on the tackle for Fern Creek. Let's see what all this is about.
It looked like a clean, Fuller looked like he was tangled up with Mr. White. And, blocking him, not really tangled up. That's the wrong phraseology, but it looked pretty clean from a male perspective, at least, by the time I saw the first flag. I think the second flag was just an attitude flag.
Yeah. Well, let's see. The official's back is to us, so a personal foul, a late hit on Mayo, and then an unsportsmanlike on Mayo. So there we are.
Spot foul?
Well, not sure.
He had made, I would think it's a spot foul.
Coach Wolf seems somewhat nonplussed by this work, and I think having a few extended words with the officials here. Well, in any case,
looks like it's a spot foul.
So, guys, I don't have a replay to put out of it, but I'll tell you kind of what happened.
Yes.
But there, if you rewind on the video online, there was a little bit of a late block, and I think it was just some chirpiness from the mouth that drew that second flag. So, nothing too big, just a little emotions there.
So, all that, we're 2nd and 5?
Thereabouts, yeah.
Or was it 2nd down? I think it may have been 2nd down.
It was 2nd down, but it was, I think, 2 yards further back. I think the Mayo ends up with a 2-yard gain on this. So
we repeat 2nd down.
Apparently.
That's what it looks like to me.
That's where the down marker, although it's 2 yards shy of the ball, so there is that. But
going to move the stick?
Yeah, not at all. Is he gonna? There he goes.
There we go.
So now we're all in line. So a 2-yard gain when all is said and done.
Okay.
Now in the final minute of the third quarter, and here they come again. Now what are we talking about? I know we've got a running clock, but it would be nice to see some actual football.
I guess maybe you would think they would stop the clock. I mean, we got parents upset because their kids are finally getting a chance to play.
Yeah, except they're not.
Except they're not because we have.
And now here they go.
What's he doing?
Okay, so instead of gaining 2 yards, they lose 2 yards. That's where we're at.
I'm not sure that I understand that.
I know that I don't, but in any case.
I understand.
Coulter Smith is back in. He's going to throw. He's got Harris deep. There it is. He's got it. He's off to the races. It's another touchdown.
You know, you almost have to, from a male perspective, you know, that's just, I don't understand some of the decisions made officiating those last 2 to 3 plays. So
yeah,
from a male perspective, I can see why they're like, well, the heck with it, we're just going to score on a touchdown. You know, if you're going to treat us that way, we're going to go this way.
That is 7 touchdown passes tonight for Coulter Smith. 7.
How many to Harris? At least 4.
3.
That should be 4.
You're right, 4.
That should be 4. That's what I was thinking.
4
touchdowns.
Pretty good game.
Thus far, I would say that the offense answered the bell.
I believe that's fair to say. Extra point from the kicker is up and good, and that one makes it 61-13 Male. We'll take a brief break and be back with you for quarter 4 here on Glycod.
Oh, no. Thus far, duct tape's winning.
Go ahead. Pour it on. As thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
You're tuned in to Louisville Football Friday on Glycod.
And so the clock is running during the break. Male up 61-13 now. We're in quarter number 4. Bulldogs getting ready to kick it off. And, hey, maybe the upside of the endless officiating conversation is we can finish up shortly. So,
possibly so.
Bulldogs ready to kick it off. Henson to kick it. There it is, line drive kick. White goes back to field it and steps into the end zone, and so it's a touchback. Fern Creek now down 61-13, and they have the ball.
Got a fun fact from our executive producer, Steve Bird. The last time Mel scored 60 points was October 8th, 2020, when they beat Southern 64-0.
Yeah, not common in the era of the running clock. It's that kind of takes it out of the equation. Of course, Fern Creek has done some scoring, which extended the score before we got to the running clock. We're down to about 10 minutes to go. Passmore and Malone still in the backfield for the Tigers of Fern Creek. Passmore hands Malone left side, and he strings it out, and with a nice gain, picks up probably near first down yardage, awaiting an indication whether he reached the mark or not, but if not, still a good gain. And he did, first down. Gets the chains moving.
Still got the second team front end, so looks like we've got our, looks like maybe a whole new defense in. It is. It sure is. So they're getting some looks. And
Passmore in the gun. Drops to throw. Pressure comes. He steps aside from it. Avoids it. Looking, throws.
Not bad.
Got a man out there, but it's incomplete. Edwards couldn't get his head around to catch the football. Nice coverage to Yari Cowherd on that play. Cowherd did a nice job.
Nice pressure by the defensive front. Second level did a good job covering and making him string it out. And it really only had one pass, which is what he tossed down the sideline, but it was just a little wide. And, you know, again, with your second team, you're looking for that one or two players that, you know, can. When you're in a championship game and somebody goes down for a player or two, needs a blow, you got this. You can plug in, you know, Billy Bob or Sammy Joe or whoever it is.
It's a numbers game in many ways. Passmore looks to throw, pumps, throws, incomplete. Yeah, got it over
through
there.
the pocket and actually made him miss the sack. Nice play.
Yeah, he's done some nice things.
Very athletic. I mean, you know, he doesn't necessarily have the elusive speed that some of the Fern Creek backs have, but, you know, he's been able to handle himself well in the pressure he's, you know, has seen.
Yeah. A 3rd and long, 8 minutes to play now. The Bulldogs, an offensive juggernaut tonight.
Seems to be.
Trips right for Fern Creek. And Passmore. Had to be a quarterback with a name like that. Passmore rolling right. Looks, throws. It's in the air a long time. Coming back, and he did not catch it. Incomplete. And Nazir Shaheed Stevenson, the target, unable to corral that one.
Had a step on us. Actually, our I don't know if our back slipped or what the circumstance was, but he had a step on it. Had he made the catch, I don't know if he necessarily turned it into a touchdown, but it would have been a nice 20, 30-yard gain.
Gainey started out there, and they say, come on back.
Yeah.
So
smart play.
Mail will get another player. Cam Angelini going to go out there and see if he can return one.
A little punt action going on here. Again, field it cleanly. Nope. Nobody gets hurt.
Carr, the punter. No rush this time, and he gets a high but short kick. I don't think Angelini's going to get this one. Now he jumps out of the way of it up around the 40. Got a little too close to that one for your liking, Mike.
You know, when I was playing back in the day, and this is right after the outlawed leather helmets, you know, the key to a punt returner was to catch the ball. You never wanted it to get on the ground because that gave the defense X amount of extra yards.
Yeah.
I don't see that as much now.
No, there's much less of an impetus on going up and getting a fair catch.
Even on something of that nature, because, you know, you always want, at least I was a long snapper in college as well as high school and for that matter middle school. And, you know, so I worked a lot with this. And, you know, you want your punt return to catch the ball every time he can because there's only so many times he catches it during the game.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just an interesting philosophy that they've come about with that anyway, it works, and it's okay.
Yeah. First down, Mail, their own 40. Joseph hands to Churn, working left. He gets 5. He gets 10. He's pushed out of bounds with a gain of about a dozen. But a flag in the backfield. He's had a couple nice runs now.
He's had some really nice runs. I mean, I'm not sure he's at the level that the ones are, but you can't take away from his effort. I mean, he is definitely pushing the ball down the field, and he's not afraid to run it. And, you know, he looks not to be of same age. So, anyway, with that said, I would think that, you know, he should get some more looks.
Yeah. Mail has avoided a lot of penalties. They've had a few here and there, but not a terrible game in that regard, certainly.
Yep.
But first down and a country mile here now. Honestly, they may just want to grind it out, which with us now inside 5 minutes to play could be their prerogative if they're slow enough about doing it.
I think they'll try to get a couple. You know, they'll obviously try to go 4 and out at worst. I don't think they'll punt it away.
Joseph's under center.
May just be taking.
Now there's the back judge saying, "You're near time." He goes under. Takes the snap, hands it off. Running with it, that is Churn, and he churns his way out to about the 41. So a nice gain there. Picked up about a dozen yards.
Yeah.
Gets it back to a second and manageable. And really does make running out the rest of this one plausible for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think that, it looks like we got our second team line in. This may be the full second team offense. So,
yeah,
with the sprinkled here and there specialty first teamer, but, good work for them.
Ball's out at the 42. Second down for Joseph. He's taking his time. Here he goes. Give it backside to Churn. 45. Out to the 50, and they don't bring him down. He's got a first down at the 48.
That was at least 3 to 4 broken tackles, off balance, twisting and turning. So, that's a lot to be said, when you get into a game that maybe somebody's just not being effective and you can stick somebody in like Mr. Churn to get opportunity. I think that's a welcome sight.
First down for the Bulldogs. They can probably take it home from here. Inside 3 minutes to play. First down at the 48. Joseph up under center again. That's how they've employed him, and he turns around. Same play. Churn left. Makes to the 42, down near the 40-yard line before he gets tackled.
Not much to talk about, just off tackle left and find a seam.
Run out the clock.
Get me 6 or 8 yards. And
Ramari Taylor on the tackle for Fern Creek as we tick down to near 2 minutes to go. Mayo will move to 7-1. Fern Creek will fall to 5-3. And we've survived, for the most part, uneventfully up here in the bleachers. So the good folks from Mayo have put us up with us for another week, Mike.
They have. We have been blessed. Outside of a technical difficulty unplugging.
Yeah.
And again, duct tape is winning it thus far. So
second and short, and flags blow the play dead. It's going to be a false start. Mayo was going to run the ball with Tyson Kenzel there, but blown dead. Minute 26. Might not see much more.
Hope not. 2nd and 6 or so. And clock is rolling along. We at least one more play.
Maybe one more, yeah.
One, maybe two. It's 45-second clock, right?
Yeah.
So depends on when the snap is.
See a couple of black helmets out there. Some of the
I saw that earlier. I'm not
the
sure that that's
gold helmets.
Yeah, special size or something of that.
They go to a knee, and the Bulldogs will take it in there. I don't know. Probably depends on how slowly the officials spot the ball, but they seem to be taking their time, and that's going to do it. 61-13 is the final. Mayo a winner over Fern Creek today. We will be back to recap it and tell you our most outstanding player here on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For your surprisingly great home and auto rate, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The Mayo Bulldogs, a 61-13 winner over Fern Creek tonight. Scoring recap, it was 41-13 at intermission. The opening drive of the second half, Antonio Harris caught a 13-yard touchdown pass from Coulter Smith. Mayo went for 2 to try to start the running clock. The play was no good, so it was 47-13, 9:49 to go in the third. But seconds later, Brendan Bates, 27-yard pick 6, and that got the clock running, hence in the extra point, made it 54-13. And after that, the only other score, after a particularly fractious moment with a couple of flags, Harris got deep, caught a 53-yard touchdown from Coulter Smith. That was his 4th touchdown grab of the game. Extra point was good, made it 61-13, and that is where we end up leaving this one. As far as scores, Colby's had you throughout on the ticker. We'll throw it to him in a moment, but before I even do that, I want to talk about tonight's most outstanding players. They are presented by State Farm Insurance agents Mike Shelton and Brian Morrison. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Mike, since you're a sponsor, I probably should have given you a little more leeway. You were making a pretty good case for Antonio Harris from Mayo, who had a heck of a game tonight, 4 touchdowns, and I don't want to blow by that because it was a phenomenal effort. But the common thread there on all 4 touchdowns was the guy who threw him the ball, because he also threw 3 more. I don't know who the last male quarterback was to throw 7 touchdowns in a game, but Coulter Smith did that tonight.
That's quite a few.
And,
well-deserving player of the game. He, some of those were absolute dimes that he dropped in there.
Yeah.
And it helps to have athletes to throw to like Coulter does, but still, you still got to get the rock to him.
Oh, absolutely.
And he did a good job doing that.
He did that. For Fern Creek, our most outstanding player, Mikel Malone, their outstanding running back. He had a 63-yard touchdown. He came in with over 900 yards. Pretty sure he broke the 1,000-yard barrier tonight. He's been an excellent runner and will be a key for them down the stretch.
He's a player, especially given, just the lack of size that they have on their offensive line. Not that they're terrible, but they just don't have much size. For him to grind out in 6 or 7 games 1,000 yards, that's impressive.
Yeah,
I have to give him credit. He definitely has some elusiveness and speed to play at the next level. It's just finding the right fit. He's not that big of a kid.
Sure.
But he definitely has a nose for a seam, and he can make things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Colby Martin, again, I mentioned you've had that ticker, but if you don't care to step in and kind of give us a scoreboard update before we sign off, that'd be great.
Absolutely. Let's start with Thursday's final. For those that didn't hear earlier, Bull East 40, Southern 12. Tonight's game, St. X 43, Meade County 0. Final, Fairdale beats Butler 35-6. Then we've got Cal 13-6 over Central. In the fourth quarter, Manual leads PRP 20-3. That game also on Glycod. Oldham County behind at the end of the third. Ballard 41, Oldham County 7. Trinity 45, Eastern 0. That's all the games. Make sure next week you tune in as Melhost Bullitt East will be live at 6:30 next Friday.
Yep, make sure to follow us on Twitter/X at Glycod, GLICOD, and check glycod.com for updates and coverage and scores and everything going on in local high school sports. What was going on here tonight? I thank my team for Colby Martin, my producer, Steve Bird, the senior producer, Mike Shelton, my left-hand man here, my analyst, Ryan Cox is my spotter, and thanks to Max Gorley for doing the good work on the camera tonight. And best of weekends to you, from our team to yours. Come back with us next week. There's plenty of high school football left to go. But for now, good night from here at Fern Creek High School, where Male's a 61-13 winner. Thanks for watching us on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been IBEW Local 369 Louisville Football Friday. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Tonight's game was brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions. Commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles. Allstate Insurance agent Thomas Allen. He puts you in good hands. Thomas Car Wash and Holy Smokes Barbecue.
Visit our website, glicod.com. Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation.